We are told, go to school, get a job, work, buy a house, work, pay off the mortgage, work, retire, and that's your life. For most of us, we follow those steps. But most of us are also miserable in those steps. And for me personally, the level of drastic fear I have in my heart, in my soul, deep down inside of me, thinking about living my entire life, working a job I hate, to fulfill someone else's company's goal, absolutely terrifies me to my core. It shakes me in the very essence of my being. I don't want to do that. And I think the average person does not want to do that either. But instead of trying to escape it long-term, permanently, most people escape it every day. They go to work, they go home, maybe they drink a little, maybe they smoke a little something. They do something to escape. They might play video games. And then on the weekend, they go out and they go out with friends. They forget about things. They get hammered. They go have a fun time. They spend all their money. They get into a little bit of debt. But hey, you're supposed to live a little, right? Yeah, you're supposed to live. But I wouldn't say a little. What kind of life is that? Live a little? To be a human being, if you're working 5 days a week, you have Saturday. You don't have Sunday, right? Sunday, you've got to get groceries. You've got to maybe do a little meal prep. You've got to do laundry. You've got to take care of the animals, meet up with your family because you haven't seen them ever because you work so much. That is a miserable existence. Life shouldn't be one day where you can, okay, maybe I go to the beach. Maybe I go lay in the sun a little. Maybe I go on a walk. Maybe I go on a bike ride. Maybe I go to the movies. Maybe I go out to dinner. One day? That's not a proper percentage of living. And so it is difficult to escape. And most people don't see it as possible. They write it off without trying. Well, I've been trying for a little while. Still in it. And the most difficult thing for me is that for most people, we place success related to measurements of success that are directly quantifiable. And so what I'm saying is X amount of dollars made, or quitting your job, or something very set in stone and easy to frame in a term of success. But when you're on the long road to escaping a life that is misery and hell, and you're trying to live a life worth living, it doesn't work that way because you're just going to make yourself more and more miserable. And I do it every day. I hate the fact that I show up every day to a job I don't like. That shit sucks, man. I hate it. But instead now, I've started measuring things in terms of repeated actions. If I can repeat the action every single day, it doesn't matter if I don't have the quantifiable outcome. If I can measure how many repeated actions I have, I know one day that compounds and it creates something that will propel me to escaping the place I am in. And I think it might help you as well. Because if you are just doing something that's going to lead you and has the chance to help you get somewhere in life, then just measure how many days you're doing it. How many weeks are you still striving towards the same goal? And what you'll notice, what I've noticed years down the line, is that we might not have a quantifiable outcome, but the genuine progress made throughout time is still there, and the consistency is still going to lead to the outcome we desire. And I fully believe this, and I can't tell you the day that I will prove this, but I can tell you I will, because what I won't do is I won't stop. And so I will continue to measure my repeated actions. And my repeated actions are training every day. I'm going to get the physique I want. My repeated actions are recording these videos. I'm going to continue to talk to you guys every single day. Tell you I'm not fucking giving up. I'm not doing it. I won't. I refuse because I fear a life that is miserable. I will continue to save, continue to invest, to cut my spending, to get rid of debt. Because with that, well, I will continue to swing trade and I will continue to grow my net worth. so that I have the capabilities for whether it's investment properties or business endeavors. I can do that so that I can escape the job I'm in. I don't want to work for someone else my whole life. And you shouldn't either. You should want to get rid of it. And it seems like some fairy tale dream that just, oh no, I don't work a job. I work for myself. I do X, Y, Z. Why would you write that off immediately without trying, without attempting? And why would you attempt it for a short period of time, expect it to happen, not happen, and then give up? We can't give up. I refuse to give up. I refuse to allow you to sit there and say you are going to give up. If you continue day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, it is inevitable that you will succeed. If you say, no, it doesn't matter how many times you do something, you just have to get lucky. What kind of mindset is that? And here I'll ask you a little thing about statistics. Okay, if you tried something for a month and you just have to get lucky, well, you've got 30 days worth of possible luck. Okay, if you tried something for 2 years, you've got, 730 days worth of possible luck? That's a massive difference. Writing off things because of probability does not help, but consistency, whether you have the tangible outcome or not, will reshape you as a person, and in the background, things will be compounding, creating, building, and you will be better off. What I have noticed is that every time I look back and say, I'm not where I want to be, there is something I can say about where I'm at, and that is, I am better off than I was. But as I continue to build, my standards for my goals increase. It's like chasing the dragon constantly. But it's okay because I'm still improving. If you can repeat the action, you're at least going somewhere. And that is all I want to do. And I would like you to try to do the same because I think it will change your life. It will benefit you wholly, entirely as a human being. You can be better. I believe you can be better. I believe I can be better. I believe everyone, if they set their mind to it, if they make the tough decisions, they can improve and become someone they didn't even think possible. And then other people will begin to realize that they're becoming something that they didn't think they could become. And maybe they'll look internally at themselves and they'll build themselves because of what you did. Don't write yourself off because you can be great. You can do whatever you want. I promise you. If you won't try it, then let me prove it. But try along with me, please, because I will prove it. It might be years from now. But what if it's tomorrow? What if it's tomorrow and you gave up right now? Man, I can't stand the thought of just showing up every day to somewhere I hate. I'm willing to say I'm miserable, and I'm willing to be miserable every single day until I get to where I need to be, to where I'm not as miserable. And then the goal continues to rise, yeah. But like I said, each day I'm better and better and better. And that is the reality of consistency and repeated action. No longer am I measuring things in terms of one tangible, quantifiable outcome. It's how many days have I repeated what I need to do? How many weeks have I strived towards my goal and continued to do that? I urge you to do the same. And whether you do or not, I'll see you all in the next one because I'm going to keep doing this shit over and over and over.